Hey y'all, it's Haley from Lovely's Hair, and I'm so excited because I gotta have this conversation with y'all. And so I'm like, I'm gonna do it right now before I go to bed, just so we can have this conversation. And the conversation is basically the top 5 things to avoid in 2025 that are huge mistakes when it comes to your natural hair care. So the top 5 things that I have to talk to y'all about before I go to bed are: number 1, underwashing; number 2, using the wrong products; number 3, neglecting your scalp; number 4, not seeing a professional; and number 5, last but certainly not least, is heat styling mishaps. So these are the top 5 things. I'm gonna go into detail. Some of these might not be your problem, but some of these might end up your problem. So definitely make sure you watch the whole video to see if you are actually doing what's best for your hair or what's not best for your hair. Considering I am a licensed professional, I am a master instructor by the state of Virginia, and I also am an educator of all things natural hair. I have a salon in Richmond, Virginia. I've been doing hair for over a decade, so I can tell y'all from experience, these things are the most common issues that has me in a bind with my clients, having to reprogram them and start them on a new journey. And when we switch these things, they see a huge change and a huge just improvement in their hair health overall. So let's talk about underwashing. So a lot of people are afraid that shampoo can be stripping to their hair. I've heard this before, and that's why a lot of people don't like to shampoo their hair often. But honestly, sometimes it's the shampoo you're using that's the problem more so than anything. So when we're thinking of our hair and like thinking of the cleansing and the greatness that comes from cleansing our hair, you have to think about let's say your home. If we don't cleanse often, we get buildup of germs and gunk and oils and dust and all types of things. Like, think of your countertop. If you don't wash it within a week, you will notice that there will be grunge. Same thing with your shower. So 1 week, it's a little grunge. 2 weeks is more grunge. 3, you start to see mildew and all types of stuff. You might even see that at 2 weeks. So the same thing with our hair. Like, if we are not giving it what it needs as far as a fresh, clean slate, we have buildup piling up on our hair that makes it hard for anything to penetrate our strands and actually touch the hair to actually treat the hair. So we want to make sure we give our hair a blank fresh slate at least once a week. You should be washing once a week. I tell my clients sometimes we have a straight hair expectation. When your hair is pressed, you do not want water to hit it. You want that press to last as long as it can, of course. But when you're wearing your hair out and you are a curly natural, if you're someone who wants to see your curl elasticity and you want to see your hair hydrated and be flexible and easy to detangle, you have to shampoo it more often. The more you shampoo it, the more that the hair is limber and the more hydrated it is. You cannot get water into the hair if there's buildup of layers upon layers of product. So just know this is very important for you to actually see the best version of your hair and feel the best version of your hair. Washing weekly changed my life and changed my curl pattern. I actually can drop a photo of a client that basically started washing once a week. In 3 months, her hair just totally changed. So I definitely want y'all to know this could be you if you start doing the right thing, okay? Next, and this one is a complex one, which is using the wrong products. So everybody's situation is different. There's no one size fits all for all products, but a lot of times people are using the wrong products for the wrong thing. So for instance, some people are using leave-ins as stylers. A leave-in conditioner is exactly what it is. It is a leave-in conditioner. It's going to leave in moisture in your hair, but it is not going to give you hold. It is not going to give you definition. When it dries with no long-lasting finish. So a leave-in conditioner is not a styler. We have to stop doing that in 2025. We are not using leave-in conditioners as stylers in 2025 because you're not going to get longevity. And you're going to be like, why does my hair never last? Because you're using the wrong product, okay? Another thing is, like, if you want a firmer, long-lasting hold, more so, if you want your hair to last, you have to use a firmer hold product. We cannot use creams and expect longevity. If you want longevity, you have to use more so a gel. Depending on the density of your hair, depending on the curl pattern, you might use a styling foam. You might use both. But just know, your styling success depends on what products you use. Same thing when it comes to like deep conditioners. A lot of times people use normal conditioners as deep conditioners. They're two totally different molecule makeups. You cannot use them interchangeably. They have two different purposes. So definitely make sure you're using the right products for the right purposes, and then you'll get the right results. If you want more information on product recommendations, I do have a course that goes over all of the different type of products and what they're for. So just ask for the link. It'll be down below through my website. But yes, every product has a different purpose. If y'all want a full video on every product and what they're used for as far as types of products, I can do that for you. But for now, we're just going to talk about using the wrong products will give you the wrong results when it comes to doing your hair in 2025, okay? Next one is heat styling mishaps. So this is a complicated one. So I feel like sometimes people are over terrified of heat and sometimes people are under terrified of heat. So heat is definitely not the devil. It's not going to ruin everything, but under the right circumstances, it's great. Under the wrong circumstances, it is traumatic. So when you're sitting under the dryer, like a hooded dryer, there's no way you're going to damage your hair unless you sit under the dryer for hours upon hours while your hair is already dry. But if your hair is wet underneath the dryer, it's not going to burn your hair. It's not going to cause you heat damage and cause you to lose your curl pattern from sitting under the dryer for 20-30 minutes. Especially if your hair is like in a rod set, you can sit like an hour or something like that. But outside of that, sitting under the dryer, you shouldn't really be under more than 2 hours. And that's the point where you would start to get hair burnt if you're like sitting under it too long. So don't worry about indirect heat, like sitting under a hooded dryer. Your issue when we think about heat is the blow dryer and the flat iron. So the blow dryer and flat iron are great in moderation, but in excess, it could be a horrible thing. So when you are using heat beyond 400, you have to be mighty careful how many passes you do. Generally, when we're flat ironing our hair, some people want it to be slickety, slickety, slick, sleek and laid and like, you know, glass. But just know, a lot of times for some textures, it takes a lot of passes to get there. And the more passes you go, the more likely your curls are not going to return back. And it's going to break down the elasticity of your curl, which takes away the density, which makes the hair look thin and lifeless. So really make sure if you're using heat, do not do unnecessary passes. 1 or 2 should do with the proper products and the proper sectioning. Also, heat protectant is your best friend. I should never see y'all putting heat on your hair without heat protectant. And when I say heat on your hair, I mean direct heat, like a blow dryer or a flat iron. You always need a heat protectant. It's like cooking an egg on a pan without oil or butter. Like, it's going to stick and it's going to burn. So our hair needs that barrier of protection. So when we put a heat to our hair, it won't burn. Our hair is like a fabric. Same thing. If you use a really high 400 heat on like a silk piece of fabric, it's going to burn. Our hair is very lustrous. It's very high quality fabric. So treat it as such and protect it in this season, okay? 2025, we are not doing heat without heat protectant. That means blow dryer and flat ironing, always use heat protectant, okay? Another big one is neglecting your scalp. So when it comes to neglecting your scalp, a lot of times people are doing real lazy shampoos, okay? You just go and that's it. And I need y'all to get a little deeper care for your scalp. I need y'all to get exfoliating. I need y'all to get deep in there because I have a lot of clients who feel like they can never get rid of buildup, and it's normally because they're not really getting their scalp clean. So I use a Tangle Teaser brush or a Curl Tamer brush. It has these little small bristles where you can really go up against the scalp. That is something that's helpful. You can also use a scalp scrubber, but we have to cleanse that scalp well. We cannot just bypass buildup on the scalp. It has to be cleansed. Because think about your skin and how you have pores that can get clogged. If you have a whole bunch of buildup of makeup on your face, you start to get pimples, you start to get all types of breakouts. So our scalp is the same way. It can get clogged. It can start to not be able to produce as much hair because of the clogged pores or clogged follicles in the scalp. And the more we scrub our scalp, the more we deep cleanse our scalp, we help to increase blood flow, and increasing blood flow helps to increase growth. So we really want to make sure we are giving our hair the best stimulation and deep cleanses possible. So it is a nice fertile ground for hair growth. So please do better this year in 2025. And do not rush your scalp. Do not neglect your scalp. Sometimes you need a different scalp shampoo than you need for your strands. Because I have clients who have, itchy scalps or needs that are like more dermatologists covered as far as medicated shampoos. They might have seborrheic dermatitis. So for those clients, those shampoos that need to be used might be stripping. And in that case, we'll use a different shampoo on the scalp than we will on the ends because they need totally different things. So really make sure you are paying attention to your scalp. Sorry, I'm getting excited. And giving it what it needs instead of treating your whole head of hair the same as a whole, okay? We're doing better in 2025. And last, and certainly not least, I take this one personal, okay? Not seeing your professional. It doesn't have to be me, y'all. It can be anyone, but it has to be a trusted professional because naturally, if you do not have a doctor to check in on you, you can just be guessing on what you need to treat your symptoms. So us being your hair doctors, licensed professionals who have experience in the area of natural hair care, is who you need to go to really check on your hair to make sure you are getting the results that are the best possible results for you, or that something might not be going unwatched or unnoticed. I know a lot of times people have breakage in the middle section of their hair and in the back that they'll never see because they can't get to the back of their head. Even when it comes to trimming, like trimming often, like you really have to make sure that you are able to get a clean, nice trim. And there's no way that you can get one if you can't really see your hair in the back. You know, I tried, even a licensed professional, I have tried to shampoo my own, not shampoo, but to trim my own hair. And I promise you, I am not as successful as someone else doing it, even with my skill sets, because there's no way I can get my angles the best way I can if I cannot see the back of my head and I cannot see every little detail of what's happening at my scalp for like noticing if there's breakage or something going on. So you need a second opinion. And when you worry about like how often do I need to go to the salon, you need to go quarterly. So once every 3 months, every season at least, because as the season change, your hair necessities change. The weather hits different with your hair. Your routine and your regimen might need to change. And also, you want to catch something when it's little and not wait until it becomes a big thing where you need a big chop, okay? So a big thing we're going to do in 2025 and make sure we do differently is see our professional, okay? So I would like to thank y'all for watching this video, taking the time out of your day or your evening like me to just tune in to what things you need to avoid to really get the best version of your natural hair in 2025, because I want y'all to reach your goals. I want y'all to get the best version of your hair. I want you to be like, dang, I done came up in the hair game this year, you know? I don't want you to look back and feel like, dang, my hair has not improved at all year. I want y'all to see growth. I want y'all to see improvement. And I want y'all to get the best version of what you can receive for your hair. So all that to say, I hope at least one of these tips were helpful for you. I'm sure they were all, but of course, one will be fine. And if y'all have any questions, any concerns, if y'all want me to elaborate more, do another video, let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, especially with your girlfriends who you know are struggling with their natural hair, because at the end of the day, no need to let another friend struggle if you just got the juice. Pass it on. I also have a Natural Hair Academy if you're interested, which is a video training from start to finish on everything you need to know when it comes to maintaining your natural hair at home, your regimen, and what things to do to maintain growth, health, and also the best version of your curls. So all that to say, I love and appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in and taking time to listen to me and support my channel. You know, I love y'all, and I'll talk to you soon. Good night.